We've all been taught that simply being good, kind, honest, and fair is the surest path to success and happiness. But what if that widely held belief is not only naive, but potentially dangerous? In reality, the world doesn't always reward kindness as we expect. Sometimes it punishes it. The truth is, goodness alone can make you vulnerable, leaving you exposed to manipulation, exploitation, or outright defeat. Enter Niccolò Machiavelli, a name that immediately conjures images of cruelty, deceit, and ruthless power plays. Popular culture has long painted Machiavelli as the patron saint of manipulation, a figure who champions cruelty over compassion. Yet this reputation oversimplifies his teachings and misses a crucial point. Machiavelli's real lesson goes far beyond blunt cruelty. It's about understanding the complex dynamics of power and human nature. At its core, true power is about balance. Kindness without strategy is a weakness. Intelligence without empathy is cold and isolating. Machiavelli's insight was that relying solely on goodness is not enough. It must be paired with shrewdness, control, and an awareness of when to be firm. Without this balance, goodness can be exploited, making you a target rather than a leader. By the end of this discussion, you'll see why unguarded goodness can be dangerous, and learn how to protect yourself in a world that doesn't always reward virtue. You don't have to abandon your values to be powerful. You just need to understand the deeper art of wielding them wisely. The myth of goodness in society. From the moment we are children, society instills in us a clear and comforting message. Be kind, be honest, and everything will turn out fine. Parents, teachers, and stories emphasize virtues like generosity, honesty, and compassion as the surest paths to happiness and success. Goodness, we're taught, is its own reward. Yet, as many grow older and step into the real world, they face a harsh reality check that challenges this simple belief. Countless real-world examples show that good people often face betrayal, exploitation, or outright disregard. Consider the employee who consistently goes above and beyond at work, only to be overlooked for promotion while less diligent colleagues reap rewards. Or the friend who always offers support and trust, but finds themselves repeatedly used or abandoned in times of need. In intimate partnerships, too, kindness can be met with selfishness or manipulation rather than mutual respect. This pattern isn't a coincidence. Kindness without boundaries often invites exploitation. When people fail to set limits, their goodwill can be taken for granted, turning their generosity into an open door for others to take advantage. This dynamic creates an uneven playing field where good intentions become vulnerabilities. The emotional toll on those who give selflessly is profound. They may feel exhausted from constant giving with little reciprocation, betrayed when their trust is broken, or confused when their kindness leads to pain instead of joy. This often results in the haunting question, why me? Why do good people suffer while others thrive through deceit or selfishness? Here lies the central problem. While kindness is an essential quality that nurtures human connection, it alone is not enough. Goodness must be paired with discernment and boundaries to protect the giver. Without this balance, the myth that being good guarantees success and happiness becomes a cruel illusion rather than an attainable truth. Machiavelli's true lesson: power and survival. Niccolò Machiavelli is often misunderstood as the epitome of evil and ruthlessness in politics. Popular culture frequently paints him as an advocate for cruelty and deceit. labeling his philosophy as a manual for tyrants. However, this is a significant misconception. Machiavelli's real lesson is not about embracing evil for its own sake, but about understanding power as a necessary tool for survival and influence in a world that is inherently unfair and unpredictable. Machiavelli does not suggest that power must be wielded through cruelty or immorality. Instead, he argues that morality should be treated as a strategic instrument rather than an absolute ideal. For Machiavelli, ethical behavior is important when it serves the stability and success of a leader's rule. When morality conflicts with survival or effective governance, a leader may need to adjust their behavior accordingly. This pragmatic approach recognizes that rigid adherence to conventional goodness can be a liability, not an asset, in the harsh realities of political life. Central to Machiavelli's philosophy is the delicate balance between goodness and cunning. A successful leader must be kind and just enough to maintain trust and loyalty, yet shrewd and aware enough to protect their position against adversaries. This means being good when possible, but willing to act decisively and sometimes harshly when necessary. It is this balance that allows leaders to navigate the complexities of power without falling prey to naivete. Ignoring this balance often results in the dangerous fate of being a sheep among wolves, a leader who is too trusting, too idealistic, and ultimately exploited by more cunning opponents. History is filled with examples of rulers who failed because they lacked the strategic awareness Machiavelli advocated. Conversely, leaders like Abraham Lincoln and Queen Elizabeth I exemplify Machiavelli's true lesson. Lincoln's combination of empathy with political savvy helped preserve the Union during its greatest crisis. Elizabeth I's blend of charm and calculated political maneuvering secured England's stability and growth. Both understood that survival in leadership demands a careful interplay between kindness and strategy. In sum, Machiavelli's philosophy teaches that power is not about being evil. It is about the practical realities of survival, influence, and balancing morality with pragmatism in an often unforgiving world. The danger of naivety, oversharing, and vulnerability. In today's digital age, oversharing has become a cultural norm. Social media platforms encourage people to broadcast their every thought, feeling, and activity to wide audiences. Casual conversations often devolve into divulging personal details with little discretion. While openness can foster connection, excessive sharing can leave individuals dangerously exposed. This modern obsession with transparency often overlooks a timeless truth. Revealing too much can undermine your position and make you vulnerable to manipulation. Niccolò Machiavelli, the renowned political thinker, advised leaders to be prudent with their information. According to him, a wise person exercises control over what they disclose, carefully shielding their fears, plans, and weaknesses. Such discretion prevents adversaries from gaining the upper hand. In essence, knowledge is power, and by limiting what others know about you, you maintain a strategic advantage. Revealing too much can be perilous because others may exploit your openness for their own benefit. In negotiations, for example, sharing your bottom line or anxieties can weaken your bargaining position, allowing the other party to capitalize on your vulnerability. Similarly, in friendships, oversharing personal struggles or insecurities may invite unwanted judgment or even betrayal if trust is broken. In business environments, disclosing proprietary strategies or challenges prematurely can compromise your competitive edge and invite sabotage. The power of silence and mystery lies in the uncertainty it creates. When you withhold your full intentions, others are left guessing, which often works to your advantage. People tend to respect those who are measured in their speech and deliberate in their actions. This aura of control can deter manipulation and foster respect. Practically, cultivating the habit of speaking less and observing more is invaluable. Listening attentively allows you to gather critical information without exposing your own vulnerabilities. It also encourages thoughtful responses rather than impulsive revelations. In conclusion, while openness is important for connection, naivety and oversharing can jeopardize personal and professional relationships. By embracing discretion, practicing silence, and mastering observation, one safeguards their interests and commands greater respect in all spheres of life. Scarcity creates power, the value of controlled presence. In today's hyper-connected world, being constantly available might seem like the best way to earn respect and build relationships. The common belief is that showing up everywhere, always helping, and being endlessly accessible demonstrates dedication and earns influence. Yet, paradoxically, the opposite often happens. Constant presence can diminish your value. When you're always there, people tend to take you for granted. In the workplace, an employee who's available 24/7 may be overlooked for promotions because their efforts are no longer seen as exceptional. They're just expected. Similarly, in friendships, if you're always the one initiating plans or lending a hand, friends may stop valuing your time and support. In romantic relationships, excessive availability can reduce the sense of mystery and appreciation, sometimes leading to imbalance or complacency. The key to maintaining respect and influence lies in setting boundaries and practicing selective giving. When you choose when and how to be present, your contributions feel more intentional and valuable. Boundaries communicate self-respect and signal that your time and energy are precious commodities, not to be wasted. History and modern culture offer powerful examples of scarcity-boosting influence. Queen Elizabeth I famously used her strategic absence to control court politics and maintain power, creating a mystique around her presence. More recently, celebrities like Beyoncé carefully manage their appearances and public interactions, building anticipation and making every appearance a major event. Even business leaders know the importance of being selective in their availability, using scarcity to command attention and respect. Strategic absence works because it taps into human psychology. People value what they can't always have. When you're not constantly available, others begin to appreciate your presence more deeply, eager for your time and input. This doesn't mean withdrawing completely, but cultivating a reputation for thoughtful engagement rather than indiscriminate availability. In essence, scarcity creates power by making your presence feel like a privilege, not a given. By controlling your availability and setting clear boundaries, you elevate your value, deepen relationships, and increase your influence, both personally and professionally. Perception is reality. Managing how others see you. In the complex dance of human interaction, people naturally follow those who appear strong, confident, and in control, often regardless of their true morality or intelligence. This concept, highlighted by Machiavelli, emphasizes that one does not need to be genuinely virtuous, but must convincingly appear virtuous to gain influence and respect. The way you present yourself, through tone, body language, and self-confidence, shapes how others perceive you far more than your actual intentions or abilities. A calm, assertive tone signals control and competence, while shaky or hesitant speech can undermine authority. Similarly, open and deliberate body language conveys confidence and strength. Crossed arms or avoiding eye contact can suggest insecurity or weakness. Projecting strength is not merely about vanity. It is essential for survival and influence. In competitive environments, whether in politics, business, or social settings, perception often dictates outcomes. A leader who appears decisive and unshakable inspires trust and loyalty. For example, politicians who maintain steady composure under pressure tend to win public support, even if their policies or ethics are questionable. In business, CEOs who project confidence attract investors and motivate employees, sometimes more than those with the sharpest strategies. Socially, individuals who carry themselves with assurance often command respect and shape group dynamics. To manage your image and presence effectively, start with self-awareness. Notice how your tone shifts in different situations and practice speaking clearly and with conviction. Work on your posture. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, and maintain eye contact. These small physical cues signal strength and openness. Additionally, dress appropriately for your context. Your appearance reinforces your perceived status and professionalism. It's also crucial to control your emotional responses. Demonstrating calmness during stressful moments reassures others of your leadership. Finally, authenticity combined with strategic presentation can make your projected image believable and sustainable. People trust those who seem genuine. In essence, mastering how others see you is a powerful tool. While you may not always be the most virtuous or intelligent, by managing your presence, you position yourself as a leader who commands respect, influence, and ultimately, success. The balance. Kindness with intelligence. Kindness is a vital human virtue, an expression of compassion and empathy that fosters connection and trust. However, kindness alone is not enough. Without awareness and intelligence, kindness can be mistaken for weakness, leaving you vulnerable to exploitation or disappointment. The key is to balance kindness with a clear sense of boundaries and strategic thinking. Being kind does not mean being passive or allowing others to take advantage of you. True kindness involves strength, the strength to say no, to protect your interests, and to stand firm on your values. It's about being generous and understanding, yet discerning and self-aware. This balance enables you to give without losing yourself. Protecting yourself while maintaining your values requires a mindset shift. It means practicing empathy, but also cultivating emotional intelligence and critical thinking. By doing so, you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, set healthy limits, and communicate your needs clearly. This way, kindness becomes a powerful tool, not a vulnerability. History offers many examples of leaders who masterfully combined empathy with strategy. Consider Nelson Mandela, whose deep compassion for his people was matched by a shrewd understanding of political realities. Or Jacinda Ardern, who has shown that leadership rooted in kindness can also be firm and decisive. These leaders demonstrate that you can lead with your heart and your mind simultaneously, building trust without sacrificing effectiveness. It's time to stop being blindly good. Kindness without awareness is like a ship without a rudder, well-intentioned but directionless. Instead, Start being smartly good, compassionate yet discerning, generous yet guarded, empathetic yet strategic. This is the kind of kindness that transforms relationships, empowers you, and inspires true respect. In the complex game of power, kindness alone is rarely enough to secure lasting influence or success. While compassion has its place, true power demands more: strategic thinking, the careful use of silence, the artful management of scarcity, and the deliberate shaping of perception. These tools, often uncomfortable to wield, are essential in navigating a world where intentions can be hidden and rivals are constantly watching. The final challenge is clear. Do not let naivety or blind idealism make you vulnerable. Embracing Machiavelli's darkest lessons is not about cruelty for cruelty's sake, but about protecting yourself and advancing your goals with clarity and resolve. Recognizing when to act, when to hold back, and how to influence others is critical for survival and success. True strength lies not in simply following outdated rules or hoping goodwill will carry you through, but in mastering the dynamics of power itself. This mastery empowers you to shape your environment rather than be shaped by it. As you reflect on these insights, consider how you might incorporate strategic wisdom into your own life and leadership. The choice is yours. Play the game by old rules and risk defeat, or master the game on your own terms and claim your rightful place.